Once again, you've reached PayDirt. I'm your host, Brandon Harry, a.k.a. PayDirt, with your host, Pay Saunders. What's good, Pay?
What's up, B? Man, it's almost time for football Sunday. You excited?
Football Thursday, football Saturday, football Sunday, football Monday. Yeah. You don't have to talk me into it. I'm here for it.
Yep, I'm ready to get my heart broke again, DB. I'm ready.
Well, that's personal. Like, at least I talked you out of that emotional hedge bet there. We gotta be careful betting our teams these days, especially in the NFL. Looks a little iffy out there, a little iffy for us. But last week, PayDirt 4-2. We got our first positive game. It didn't start off that way. It started off 0-2 for those of you that follow along with us. But we won 4 straight headed out. The over-unders that we picked early kind of did us in. Captain, how's it going? But, after 2 weeks, the pick 6, which, by the way, I did see that a 4-lettered sports entity out there that's new into the gambling world, from up there in the New England area, is now using a pick 6. Come on, man. I got to see a pick 6 on their show now. We've been doing that. Stop that. But I'm gonna start paying attention because I want to see how they're doing versus how we're doing. Because right now we're at the litmus test for professional gambling, 58.3%. For those of you not to know, anything 58% over, professional gambling status. So that's our goal, is to hit 60%. Starting off through 2 weeks, 58%. I will take it. We actually have a history of finishing strong and starting a little slower. So pretty happy with us being off to a 7-5 start.
I can't complain.
And why should we?
Exactly.
But with that said, should we get into some college football games here? You got
college owes us a get back. So yes, let's get there.
And listen, I always think that college is a little harder to pick early in the year. I really do. It's not gotten easier with NIL. It has not gotten easier with transfer portal. That's for sure. These teams are unlike themselves from year in and year out. So it's definitely proceed with caution early in the collegiate football season and see where we can go from there.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it. There's no easy Iowas to get your lather up, right?
I don't know. The Iowa under might be the easiest play again. I don't know. All right. Are we able to share screen here?
Yes, we are. Let's get started.
Boom. Once again, for those of you listening, not watching, we pull up the DraftKings sportsbook here, and that's the numbers that we go by. So if you're trying to reference, if you're on another site and say you're getting -3 instead of -2.5, and you want to know where to go get that, it's DraftKings all Wednesday evening. So if you are listening to the podcast, know that that's where we're getting our info. All right, college football it is. I'm pulling it up on my phone as well. Let's get into some games. We got Thursday, Rice at Charlotte. Friday, Tulsa at Oklahoma State. Friday, Iowa at Rutgers. I don't know, man. Is that just take the under game? Maybe. But I don't get into anything fun until Saturday. Myself.
I know what you're looking at. You're looking at this Big Ten matchup where you throw the records out. It's a classic Big Ten matchup between Maryland and Wisconsin. I know that's what you're zeroing in on.
So you know what's funny? I had this as an OLI. It was an outside looking in. I haven't put it on my sheet yet. I'm interested in Maryland getting 10 points, though. Wisconsin's looked ho-hum at times. What are your thoughts on the game?
I kind of see it the same way you see it. I'm interested, and the line is interesting. 10 points. I think it's a good line. I can't see it going either which way. I obviously there's no hook to even to sweeten the pot for you, but 10 points is interesting. I think that and the total are close. That's why I'll stay a little away from it.
Yeah, I'm interested here at a different Big Ten matchup. And maybe you could talk me out of this as an emotional hedge. So I think you know where I'm going. Michigan travels to Nebraska. Michigan's favored by 2.5 points. Nebraska's played Akron and HCU. So they haven't seen, I don't even know what HCU stands for. But they've won 68-0 and 59-7. I don't think they've seen real Division I football yet. I don't think they've seen the speed of the game. I think the Michigan defense is going to bring something to this game. It's a 3:30 game in Nebraska. And I think they're going to let Bryce Underwood cook. This is another game where Sharon Moore is suspended. And it seemed to be, Biff Pogue is the interim coach, and he seemed to have taken the handcuffs off of Bryce Underwood and said that, we were trying to take the air out of the ball versus Oklahoma because of their, run and gun air raid nature. And because of that, he said, we're not doing that anymore. We're going to let this young man play. And I think it's really opened up the playbook. I think it's really made them more dynamic on offense. And then you throw in Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall as well. I really think this is Michigan's to take. And if it was 3.5, I'd probably stay off of it. But minus 2.5, I like it.
I'll go with you there, Beef. I mean, but officially, Nebraska at home against Michigan. You said the coach is suspended. I don't know. I kind of think that's kind of hairy for me.
All right. More to discuss later. What do
else
you?
got?
Well, you want to know what else I got?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you've been pretty excited about your fight in Illini. I think they're going to catch one in the mouth against Indiana this week. At Indiana favored by 6. I think they cover this. I think they have a 2-score win. So I got Indiana minus 6 at Illinois, or against Illinois at home.
They don't even have that one on the board right here. So, well, as far as Illinois versus Indiana, I like Illinois versus Indiana as well. I think they do cover the cover the 5.5.
I got Indiana.
Oh, really?
I got Indiana minus 6. So it's a Saturday at 7:30 game. It's down there by Florida and Miami.
I like Illinois in this, 4.5, 5.5, wherever you want to get it. I actually like the over as well, 52.5.
It's 6 right now, and I think Indiana covers. So we're on the wrong side of each other there. We're just going to let this one ride. You don't have to find it anyway.
All right.
Tim Lyons in the building. What's going on, fellas? We were 4-2 last week, Tim.
All right, how about this one? Let's take it back to the SEC. Again, another one of those classic matchups between South Carolina and Missouri. B, I know you had this on your thing.
I don't even know what to think of South Carolina right now.
Me neither. That's why this game is so fun. South Carolina's a 10-point dog. Total is 48.5. I like South Carolina to cover the big number.
Missouri seems fast but undisciplined. A lot of penalties from this team. But I just don't even know. I initially want to take this. I think South Carolina has to bounce back, but they've let me down too much. So I'm lenient here, but you might be pushing me towards it. Let's put that way.
That's exactly why. You just said it right there. It's a 10-point spread right now. I think this game is going to be close between these two mistake-prone teams. Missouri, flags, South Carolina, be all over the place. Yeah, I think this is a good one. I think actually, you can talk me into that total going over too. I think it's more in line with a 53-point, 54-point type total, rather than the 48.5 that they got right here.
Mm-hmm. I don't dislike it. We can put it on. We can put it on the board. It's definitely in the discussion. I like the Saturday night game, Florida at Miami.
What do you like about that one?
I understand that Florida's been hugely turnover prone right now, and you could make an argument that if they don't have those turnovers, they're right there with LSU, they're right there with South Florida, they're whatever. But I think the big guys up front for the defensive line of Miami aren't to be trifled with. I think they will put pressure on Florida. I think because of that, Lagway's still going to have pressure in his face, still going to make errant throws. I think Miami is the real deal this year. I think their top 4 ranking is deserved. I got Miami covering this with at least a 2-score win. I like them to win by 17.
I'm with you on that one. I'm not agreeing that Miami's a real deal. I'm not. It's too early in the season to even get into that talk with them, because you all know what they do in October. But I do think Florida is hurricane food, if that's such a thing. Gators get thrown around on this Saturday. I got Florida. I got Miami winning fairly easy as well, more than a tutty.
And listen, man, I'm a little soft in the arse this week in college football. That's all I got.
I got one more. How about everybody's favorite? Let's talk about Notre Dame. So Notre Dame is 0-2, PayDirt. I don't know if you knew that.
I know it well.
You know it well. Well, Notre Dame's 0-2. They're playing Purdue this weekend.
That's a get.
They are 25.5 point favorites, total 54.5. First win of the year, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a cakewalk. They're minus 3,600 favorites. It's a cakewalk against Purdue.
We talk about those palate cleansers, those parlay fillers. We've discussed that ad nauseum at various points during our history doing this show. This is what that is. Yeah, I like it because it's early. I think this might be the earliest game we have on our ticket so far. Just get the ball rolling. Notre Dame, their schedule isn't as tough. Their remaining schedule isn't that tough, so they should still be a playoff contending team. And to get there, they got to get one, and this is the one right here. It's a cheap one. It's a cheap one. I admit it. It's cheap, but sometimes that's how you got to do to play the game.
Tim Lyons, shots fired. Tim Lyons says 0-2 like the Bears. LOL. Shots fired.
Hey man, misery loves company. I take it.
Yeah, I don't know if you offered me a chance to switch positions with my beloved Bengals and your beloved Bears right this second, I might do it. I don't like not having Joe Chasey out there, man. Ain't right.
Familiar.
The NFL just not as good when he ain't there. It's just not. All right. Anything else you see in college this week? Because I'm serious. It's my only 3, and this is one of those things I always harp on. I know last week we had a bunch of things on the ticket when we were done, but don't chase it. If you don't see it, don't put it on that early slip. Let it go. Feel it out. Do some more research. Don't just try. Don't say you got to bet 15 or bet 20. Look for what gives you value.
Let's get to the Sunday games.
You want to get to the NFL?
Yeah, let's get to them.
All right. But before we do, we're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll get into the NFL. And we might want to talk about Thursday night, or we might want to skip it, but to be determined. But we'll be right back after you hear from our sponsors after these messages. And welcome back to PayDirt. Got a little aggressive there with the music. My apologies. I like this track. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes I gotta get a little aggressive. Yeah, Ma, this is a tight track. I haven't listened to his new one. I hear good things though. Dirt Roads. I'm hearing good things, so I'm gonna check it out. I owe it to him. I'm behind a few weeks. All right, let's start off. I mean, the Thursday game, Miami Dolphins, plus 12.5 at Buffalo. Don't know what the weather is here.
It's probably better weather in upstate New York than it is in South Florida. It's rainy season there.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. How about this? Josh Allen is plus 101 to go over 240 yards. I like that. I don't know if you've seen defensive backs play for Miami right now. I think this is a 300. He might have 240 at halftime.
Miami Dolphins is in contention for the worst defense in the NFL, and yes, their secondary is probably the unit that's probably the worst on that team. So yeah, this is a great pull for you. 240. I might even go higher. I might even get a little bit more spicy with it.
Get juicy
I might even go 260, 270 in there because Josh Allen just gets freaky against the Miami Dolphins defense. He has a season of it. I mean, he's made a career out of doing it, right? So why not?
The only thing that scares me is he might not play after midway through the third quarter. But I like
it's still early in the season, though. It's still early in the season. They've got to build a lather up. You're not going to pull your starters super early in the game. You don't do that until like maybe halfway through the fourth. Then you might, if the game is out of hand, then you pull your boys. Which again is a good way to think about it. James Cook, he's also in line for possibly a big day. I think he's also had good days against Miami Dolphins defense. However, the rush defense isn't as bad as the pass defense. I like Josh Allen to get 260 plus. I like Josh Allen to put multiple TDs on the board. Maybe two, but I will feel better at saying keeping it at one TD passing for Josh Allen and one TD rushing. That's a little bit more. It's a little more hairy, but I like the odds on that one. For rush TDs, Josh Allen. Let me see. Where is it at?
You're going to end up putting the same game parlay together that won't go into our parlay.
Yeah, that's probably true. So let's just leave. Let's
take the passing yard.
Yeah, let's just take the passing props. Let's keep it at that. Let's not get crazy.
Now, I would bet that stuff separately. I would. I might have just bet plus 270 at plus 200. I might have. I'm not saying I have. I might have just now. I like that one. All right, so now you got a reason to watch football Thursday night. I like it. All right, Sunday. Let's get into the Sunday games. What tickles your fancy right now on Sunday?
So I guess the first game on Sunday that I am interested in, it would be Indianapolis at Tennessee. Indianapolis is still undefeated, right? Daniel Jones might be the best quarterback in the league right now. Might be. We don't know yet. Tennessee Titans, their defense is decent, but their offense is going to be a minute because they are led by a rookie quarterback, and he's going to take some time to get his thing figured out. And on the journey of getting that figured out, they're going to get ran over by those Colts. I'm becoming a believer. 4.5 is the line, and I know you saw that stat. Through 2 weeks, favorites of 4.5 or more are undefeated straight up right now, B. What's this line of this game? 4.5. You got to take it. You got to, don't you?
Yeah, the only thing that worries me is that, the Colts have played at home 2 weeks in a row. They're going on the road for the first time, but I still like them in this game. Are you talking money line or are you going to drop the points?
I'm dropping the points, man. Why not?
All right. Throw it on the board. Just a question mark for you. I don't have this game picked, but I'm interested in your take on it. Steelers at Patriots. The Steelers are favored by 1.5 points, but I'm interested in that over under 44.5. What's your knee-jerk reaction to that?
The Steelers aren't the Steelers right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mash unit on defense.
Yeah, their defense isn't Steeler-esque. Their offense is Steeler-esque. Is a little better than you expect to see the Steelers, at least from the last handful of seasons, right? Mm-hmm. So it's hard to like get a grasp on what they got going on. Now the Patriots, on the other hand, listen, throw out last week. I think what you saw from the Patriots last week was a mirage. They were playing a pretty bad team, and I think all the numbers are juiced up based off that. So are they more like week 2 or are they more like week 1 where they got railroaded? I don't know. So both of these teams are still enigmas. Now, and that speaks to this line of 1.5. Steelers, I think Steelers just getting the public money for that one. Total 44.5. Listen, I'm with you, B. We see this game the same way. You got a question mark on it. I'm pushing away from the table altogether. It's too risky.
Yeah, it's really weird to me too. The Patriots, even in week 1, when they only scored 13 points against the Raiders, you still had Drake May throwing for 287. Here's where I think they got too imbalanced as far as offensive play calling. He threw the ball 46 times. I don't think that is the record or the recipe for success for them, especially with Ramondre Stevenson and Henderson, the kid from Ohio State. It's a rookie. I think they got to mix those guys in a little bit more, and I think when they do that, then I think they'll cook a little bit more. Too many questions marks for me. I don't have answers, but I'm going to have eyeballs on this game because I think these are fan bases that you're not going to see move the lines a lot, right? In gambling, where you see that with the New York teams, the LA teams, some of the more popular teams. I think these are two teams I want to keep an eye on. Austin Zart in the building. Welcome. All right, so that's a question mark for me. Do you have, let's see. Is it my turn to go to one? Do you need one? What do we got here?
So there is another game in that 12 o'clock window that's interesting to me.
That's a young man speaking Central Time to everybody else listening out there.
I haven't got on the Eastern wave yet, man. I know it's the lowest time zone, but I'm
Like, how
I'm
long you been in Atlanta and you can't embrace the Eastern Standard Time?
Listen, I've spent 3 decades plus in Central. It's
Okay.
always gonna be noon games for me.
All right. Well, they're 1 o'clock.
The 1 o'clock window. Put it like
the
that.
Lord's time zone.
You got Houston and Jacksonville. This is another question mark for me. So since it's on your list, take it away.
So this is where I start looking at teams, and I'm like, all right, so what's the overall focus of them? How have they played, and against who have they played? When I look at it that way, I think Houston's had a couple of tough games. They played tougher opponents. They played them really tough. I think their defense is really good. I think their offensive line up in the middle is struggling, and they got to get more cohesive together. Hopefully the center comes back this week. All that said, I think they found something there towards the end of the game and played a little bit better. I like Houston to come out here, get turnovers from the Jags. I saw the Jags do some really bad things on offense. I saw some really, like the Trevor Lawrence dismissive thing with the coach, the drop passes, the turnovers, airmailing, easy completions. I think C.J. Stroud started getting his swagger back a little bit in the second half of that Bucks game. I think the Bucks are a really good team. So I don't hold that against Houston as much. I like Houston plus 1.5 here. I think they beat the Jags, and I think that they hold on to a chance to keep their season alive. 0-3 is a death sentence to anybody. It's not the Cincinnati Bengals, for those of you that don't know that.
Death sentence, you say, huh?
There's been 4 times that someone started 0-3 and made the playoffs. 3 of them, Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, since we've popped open that can of corn, there's an 0-3 team. That's the line is flipped. They were favored.
I think that's 2020. Hold on.
We can go past that. So there's a bit of a big game in the 4 o'clock window. You got your boy Harbaugh hosting the Sean Payton Denver Broncos. This is the battle of the 2 best teams in the AFC West. You didn't think you would hear that this year, did you?
I did not.
So
I will say this though. If you listen to the 2 of us separately on other podcasts and here, you've heard Pay say that Bo Nix is overrated, and you've heard me say that the Chargers are going to win the West.
That was a year too early. I said that about the Chargers last year. But here we go. Well, I still believe Bo Nix is overrated. Well, he is. Yeah, he's over. He's over. Do I want to say overenjoyed or no? That's not it. But he gets more adulation than
overhyped.
Yeah, overhyped. More adulation than he's due. They're winning games, and then he gets the praise for it. See, why it's good to raise your kids to be quarterbacks. They get things that they don't have to put in much work on a group project for. Be that as it may, Broncos are 2.5-point dogs, total 45.5. B, I've got the Broncos actually covering and maybe pulling the upset. Do you agree or not?
Awesome. Let me ask, Coach, are you going to be able to win this game? Oh, yeah. No. Coach Harbaugh here. Coach Harbaugh right here. He says that the Chargers taking it home again. I'm 2-0 with the Chargers. About to be 3-0. I'm riding this money train. Give me the Chargers minus 2.5.
Not a bad pick. Yeah. So, I mean,
they haven't even got Amari and Hampton going yet.
No, they haven't.
Their defense is nasty.
I'm about 75% on the under for this game. Both of these teams are bringing in defenses that are ready. You know what I'm saying? They've got their calluses up. They've built up their lather. I like this game to be in the neighborhood of a 2017-ish type of game. How does that sound?
23-17, I think. Yeah. I'm
23
around that same area.
23-17 is a little close, B. Yeah, it's a little close.
I mean, it's one score. It's one touchdown away.
Mm-hmm. All right. We disagree on that one, so I'm not. So there's no need to put that onto on the slip. What's next? In this 4:00 window? We've got the. We can skip past the 0-2 Bears.
Let's just address this. The 4:30 games are Jekyll and Hyde. Dallas Cowboys and Chicago Bears. I don't know what I'm going to get out of those two teams. The Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers MASH team. I don't know what I'm going to get out of those two teams. I think this is a litmus test for the Cardinals. I'm going to have my eye on this one. I want to see if they can't beat the 49ers when the 49ers are a little bit of a MASH unit. And I think the 49ers are set up to be a MASH unit. I think they're well coached, and I think you're looking at a coach who liked Mac Jones when he was coming out of the draft and knows a lot about him and studied him a lot. So I think he's going to be a better fit for a backup there than most places in the league would be. I lean 49ers -2.5. I might see how Saturday and those early Sunday games go before I hit it. I don't think I'm going to put it on parlay, but I'm interested.
I talked about this earlier about the record of favorites 4.5 or better. Right now is undefeated straight up. We're gonna finish the NFL week out with 2 4.5 plus favorites. That being the Baltimore Ravens, they are favored by 4.5, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're favorites by 6 over the Giants. B, I think you already know where I'm leaning with this. I think this is the easiest game to pick all weekend.
Sunday night game.
Yes, I am. I think Kansas City is prime for their first win. The Giants, even though they looked good, let's examine the environment of where they looked good and how they looked good. I think it was Fugazi. Kansas City Chiefs, I think they should go ahead and win that game. And this is right in the sweet spot for them because, as we've said on this show many a times over the years, Kansas City is pretty. They get overrated on their lines as well. You've seen a lot of times they get 8.5 lines, 13.5 lines, something like that, and they never come through for you. 6 is perfect for them. 6 is something they can cover. I got them on that. I think that's an easy pull.
I concur.
All right. Let's move on down to Monday Night Football, B. I already spoke it up. Ravens 4.5-point faves over the Detroit Lions, total 52.5. A few things. We all know Lamar Jackson's record against the NFC. It is godly, right? It's God level. Is there an argument to be made for the Detroit Lions to cover, but not only cover, but to win this game on the road in Baltimore, in Inner Harbor, Baltimore?
Yeah, this is another one of the games. I don't know what I'm getting out of the Detroit Lions. I don't know which version of the Lions is real. The ones that ran it up against Chicago, or the ones
certainly wasn't that one. It certainly wasn't that version.
I don't know. The over/under 52.5. I mean, this is a 28-27 game, 30-27 game all day in my book.
I like the over as well. I do too. I like the over as well. I like the Baltimore Ravens
to win. I think I like the Ravens to win, but I don't know if I like them to cover.
We see that same way. I am confident the Ravens will win this game, and I'm confident there's going to be points scored. There we go.
I was looking at the weather just in case on that point scored. 79 and sunny in Baltimore. It's going to be a wonderful evening. Just a nice little hoodie weather on a Monday night football game. I like it.
Did you say 79 degrees is hoodie weather?
Well, 79 and sunny is the high. So it's going to be in the 50s when you get to Monday Night Football.
Yeah. That's a drastic drop.
Well, that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know what you want. It's life on the water.
It's Inner Harbor, so I mean, perhaps. A little musty for my taste, but all right, B. We've got us what's his 8 picks?
All right.
No, we've got 10 picks, B. Let's go 10. Ahead and get through it.
Well, let's take the emotional hedge for me out of the equation. Take Michigan out of there.
Okay.
That way we don't have
before we start, let's run that down one more time.
Okay.
We've got Michigan 2.5 over Nebraska. We got South Carolina plus 10 at Missouri. We got the over 4.5, 48.5 in that same game. Miami Hurricanes covered the 7.5 against their in-state rivals. The Golden Domers, Notre Dame, they're going to blow out Purdue. They're going to get that 25.5 point line. Josh Allen for 240 yards passing. Indianapolis Colts covered the 4.5 against the Titans. Kansas City covers their 6 against the Giants. We've taken the over 52.5 in the Monday night game, Detroit and Baltimore, and we also like Baltimore to win outright. B, you want to start by taking the emotional hedge of Michigan out of the game?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
That is it. We've got 9 now.
All right. So in the South Carolina game, I think we should pick which one we want to take here. I'll take one of those two. Because I like the Miami and I like the Notre Dame bet. I like those two.
While I'm deciding that, I want to. You say you like both of the other 2 college games.
Yes.
Miami and Notre Dame.
I like those.
Okay. Is there an NFL game you do not like? We got Josh Allen, Colts, Chiefs over Monday Night Football, Ravens. Ravens handle their business and win straight up.
Something keeps telling me not to trust Danny Dimes. That sooner or later the pumpkin's coming. So I kind of off the Colts. If you were asking me to pick my first NFL game, I would nix.
So if I was to tell you, if we can get rid of South Carolina, Missouri altogether, the plus 10 and the over, that would leave us with Miami covering 7.5, Notre Dame covering 25.5, Josh Allen getting an easy 240 yards passing, Kansas City covering their 6, and a lot of points with a Ravens win for Monday Night Football. How does that sound to you?
I'm in on it.
You're in on it. Okay. I think that's risk averse. We get rid of South Carolina, Missouri.
Minus 4.5. Then you got the Ravens over 52.5.
Mm-hmm.
And Ravens money line.
Mm-hmm. That is a 6-pick parlay with odds of 3,761.
So the pick 6, Miami minus 7.5, Notre Dame minus 25.5, Josh Allen 240 plus passing yards, Colts minus 4.5, Ravens, Lions over 52.5, and the Ravens on the money line.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Listen,
I like it.
We always bet these individual games and then put a little something on that parlay. It's hard to hit a 16 parlay. You try to hit one a year, you cover your bets, your parlay bets for the year. So if you hit 2, right, you're doing great. Austin's Art, man, going way out on a limb here, says that the Bills will beat the Dolphins. We appreciate you on that one. We agree.
That's a real risky there. I like that.
Austin's Art buying. He's not out there, buying new stocks. I mean, he's out there with blue chippers.
Okay, so we've got our 6. I did want to point this out for those interested in.
Oh, little WNBA action.
For those interested in the WNBA playoffs that had just kicked off last weekend, the Las Vegas Aces, they are on a 16-game winning streak. They play the Seattle Storm tomorrow night. They are 8-point faves. Just if you were interested in riding that wave, it's not going to go on forever. So you better, if you want to get in, better get in now.
Get in where you fit in. Cool. All right. Anything else you got for the peoples?
That's it. Go and be merry. Make some money. Tell your friends about us. Tell your friends to tell their friends where you got your picks.
Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. As always, everybody over here in the live chat, Austin Zart, Afton, Tim. We always appreciate you guys rocking with us. If you're, listen, man, leave us some comments over there. If you're in Spotify, you're in YouTube watching us, whatever it is. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you're doing, who you like. When you agree or disagree, we like the comments over there. So appreciate you guys rocking with us. And I got Road Through the Jungle coming on live tonight. You'll see that. We've got the homies coming up on Friday. And then we've got some roaring reactions. What else you got going on this week, man?
Well, we got to celebrate the city of Chicago. They have a playoff team. First playoff team since I think in the last 4 years.
Flying the W?
4. Flying the W. We got to do that.
All right. I like it. Well, that'll wrap it up for us. We appreciate you guys as always. Check us out next Wednesday around 6:35 Eastern time as we hit PayDirt.